afternoon, students. How are you all? Welcome to our next session of Geography chapter number 1, the Earth and the Solar System. Yesterday we have discussed some of the planets according to the distance from their sun. We started with Earth since it is the unique planet. Then we studied about Mercury. We studied about Venus. We studied about Mars. Then we studied about the biggest planet that is known as mini solar system. We call it as Jupiter. Then today we are going to start out Saturn. So let us start the rest of the planets that are left out. Quickly just do that. Then we'll talk about satellites. We'll also study about the moon, and then I'll tell you something about asteroids, meteors and comets. So let's start with Saturn on page number 107 in your geography books. So it is the most beautiful planet of our solar system. Why it is beautiful? We'll come to know because it has rings around it. There are bright rings around its equator. So please underline that it has bright rings around its equator. These rings are made up of icy particles, dust and gases. Please underline what is it composed of. Saturn has 62 known moons, and how many moons are there that keep on revolving around its orbit are 62. You need to underline. I have already told you the first 4 planets are known as inner planets. They are made up of rocks and stones, and the last 4 planets, they are made up of gaseous material, and since they are away from the sun, so they will be colder as compared to the previous 4 ones. So they are made up of icy particles. Uranus, coming to Uranus, it is the 7th planet from the sun. Please underline. It is named after the mythical Greek god of sky. Like Saturn, it also has rings around it. So we come to know that just like Saturn, this planet Uranus also has rings around it. Please underline the number of moons that it has. 27 moons. A large part of it is made up of ice. So all the last planets that are there, they are made up of what? Ice, since they are very far from the sun. Therefore it is also known as the ice giant, and it is very cold planet. That is why life is not possible over there. Next, coming to Neptune, the last planet. It is the 8th and the farthest planet from the sun in the solar system. I have shown you the diagram. So it is the last planet and farthest from the sun. It is named after the mythical Roman god of sea. Please underline. It is named after the god of sea. It is 17 times the mass of the Earth. So it is bigger than the mass of Earth, and it has 13 known moons. How many moons are there in the planet Neptune? You need to underline. It has 13 moons. So this is all about the 8 planets. Next, please underline. A few years back, Pluto was considered the 9th planet. We all know we had 9 planets earlier, and Pluto was the 9th planet. But in 2006, the International Astronomical Unit or Union termed it as a dwarf planet. Now, what is dwarf? Dwarf means very small planet. So, it is known as dwarf planet. A dwarf planet is a spherical celestial body much smaller than a planet that it revolves around the sun. So, it was very small, very dwarf. Dwarf किसको कहते हैं हम? बोना, जो हाइट में छोटा होता है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? बोना. So here we are talking of planet, so it means very small in size. So they termed it as dwarf planet, and now it is no more included in the list of our solar systems. So this was all about the 8 planets. And next, coming to the satellites. What are satellites? I have already told you these are also the heavenly or celestial bodies that keep on revolving around the sun in their fixed path or orbit, and they don't have their own heat and light. Just like planets, they also reflect the light of the sun. So let us study about satellites now. The satellites are celestial or heavenly bodies that revolve around the planets. So now they revolve around the planets. Just as planets revolve around the sun, similarly satellites, they revolve around the planets. The word satellite means, please underline what is the meaning of the word satellite. It means an attendant or a companion. Companion means friend. If we talk in English terms, a companion is a friend. So it is just like a companion. A satellite is a companion to a planet because they remain together. The satellites keep on revolving around the planet. So it is just like a friend of a planet. They are so called because they revolve around the planets. And why are they called companions? Because they keep on revolving around the planets. The satellites rotate on their own axis. The satellites move around the planets from west to east. Yesterday also I told you that all the planets, they revolve from west to east in this direction except two planets. And what was the name of the planets? It was Venus and Uranus that rotate from east to west. Otherwise, all the planets, they revolve from west to east along with all the satellites. So next underline, today we know more than 160 satellites in the solar system. Mercury and Venus are the only planets that do not have any satellite. So please underline, it is very one important mark question. 1 mark question is there. What are the two planets that do not have any satellite? So what you will answer? Mercury and Venus are the only two planets that do not have any satellite. Like planets, satellites do not have their own heat and light. I have already told you. They shine because they reflect the light of the sun. They also reflect the light of the sun, and that is why they shine in the sky. But we can't see the satellites because they are very, very far away from us. So then they have given you some multiple choice questions. Let us see. This planet is also called the red planet. Yesterday we have discussed which planet is known as red planet. Is it Mars, Earth or Venus? So it is obviously Mars. And why? Because due to the presence of iron oxide on its surface. That gives it a red color. So it's option number A. A celestial body that revolves around a planet is called what? Now, a celestial or a heavenly body that revolves around sun, they are known as planets. And a heavenly body that revolves around a planet is known as satellite. So it's option number A. It is not comet, it is not asteroid, so it is what? It is satellite that will revolve around a planet, and that is why it is also known as a companion or an attendant. So next we have moon with us. Let us study about the phases of the moon. What is Purnima or what is Amavasya? So we will study all this in this. What is waxing? What is waning? So these are the new terms. It's nothing but just the other name for Amavasya and Purnima. So let's read about it. The moon is the only natural satellite of a planet. So all the other satellites are what? Artificial, or we can say man-made. But it is very important question that which is the only natural satellite in our solar system, in our planet, and you will answer it is only the moon that is the natural satellite. Please underline. It is the closest celestial body to the earth and it is very close to earth. It is about 384,400 kilometers away from the earth. So if we measure it in terms of light years, what is the distance of moon from the earth? It is 384,400 kilometers from the earth. Please underline. It has no light of its own. It reflects the light of the sun. So we have already discussed that all the satellites, they don't have their own heat and light. They take the light of sun, reflect the light of sun. The moon appears to increase and decrease in size. You might have seen in the sky, sometimes you see that the size of the moon is very, very big. Sometimes then it is much smaller, much smaller, much smaller. It keeps on increasing and sometimes it keeps on increasing from the new moon. Then we will study all this here. So it appears at different positions and in different shapes at different times. The shapes are very, very different. Sometimes it is in the form of a crescent. Sometimes it is in the form of a sphere, round that is. Sometimes it is in the form of a semicircle. So this way the shapes keep on changing. So these are known as the phases of the moon. So just underline what do we mean by the phases of the moon. The moon appears to increase or decrease in size. It appears at different positions and in different shapes at different times. And this is known as the phases of the moon. The lunar calendar is based on the phases of the moon. And the calendar that we follow is based on this lunar calendar, it is called. the changing phases of the moon. Phases are caused due to the revolution of the moon around the earth, and why this position or shape of the moon keeps on changing? It is due to the revolution of the moon around the earth, and the moon takes 27 days and 8 hours to complete one revolution around the earth. How much time is taken by moon to complete one revolution around the earth? It is 27 days and 8 hours. So nearly about 1 month you can say it takes to take one revolution around the earth. The visible shape of the moon that reflects sunlight changes from night to night, and the shape of the moon that reflects sun is changing from night to night. Since it is just revolving around the earth, so the shape is also changing. Sometimes we see the back face of the moon, sometimes the front face, sometimes the side face of the moon. So the picture is given in your books. These are the various phases of the moon. Just see the shapes. It is 1 day old, then 7 days old moon will be this way. It is 10 days old, 26 days old, then 22 days old, and this is 18 days old moon. So these are varying in shapes and sizes according to the revolution around the earth, which is 27 days and 8 hours. So let us see now, when the moon travels from the new moon to the full moon phase, the visible portion increases, and this is called the waxing of the moon. It is very important 2 marks question. What do you mean by the waxing of the moon? So please understand, it is nothing but what? When the moon travels from the new moon, means when the moon is just of this size, new moon. If you happen to see the new moon कब होता है? अमावस के अगले दिन, अमावस की रात होती है ना, काली रात, उसके अगले दिन अगर आप मून देखोगे स्काई में, so it will be like this, it will be visible like this. So when the moon travels from the new moon to the full moon phase, when it travels from this stage to the full moon stage, then the visible portion increases. So the visible portion that is here, it keeps on increasing like this. Ultimately it reaches this stage. So the visible portion keeps on increasing till it reaches the full moon, and this stage is known as the waxing of the moon. And next, when the moon journeys from the full moon to the new moon phase, when it is the opposite, after 15 days, when it is here and then it keeps on decreasing, then the visible portion also keeps on decreasing, and ultimately it is just like a single line. When it reaches from here to here, then the visible portion decreases, and this is known as the waning of the moon. When it travels from the new moon to the full moon, it is known as waxing. When it is traveling from the full moon to the new moon, it is known as waning. So this is what? This is waning and this is waxing. I hope this one is clear. Actually, the moon is constantly half bright and half dark, but the angle of view from the earth keeps on changing. If we closely look at the moon, you will notice that it is half dark and half bright, and the portion that we see from the earth decides that whether it is the waxing of the moon or the waning of the moon. So when the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth, we call it a new moonlight or amavas. So when you see the darker part of the moon from the earth, what do we call? We call it as amavasya. When you see, we have told that moon has 2 phases. One is dark and one is bright. So if you see this dark part from the earth, then this you call as amavasya. Whereas if you see this bright part of the moon from the earth, then this is what? This is Purnima. So 15 days we have Purnima, and for 15 days we have Amavasya. So I hope this much is clear. What is waxing and what is waning, what is full moon night or Purnima. We also call it as full moon night because it is very bright over here. Whereas this stage is known as Amavasya because the size is very small and it is dark phase that is visible from the earth. So when the dark hemisphere of the moon faces the earth, we call it as new moon night or Amavasya. When the bright hemisphere of the moon faces us, we call it as full moon night or Purnima. You might be seeing the day of Purnima. So it is very bright in the sky. If you happen to enter your veranda outside, then you will see that there is lot of light in the sky. Even you can see everything visible without switching on your light in the outside area. So this is what? This is the night of Purnima. So this is, and the shape of the moon will be like this, full round. It's not like this. It will be full round on Purnima. So this is what Purnima and Amavasya is. Sometimes when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, it casts its shadow on the earth. So now what happens, you might have heard about eclipse. What is eclipse? ग्रहण जिसको हम बोलते हैं. अब ग्रहण क्या होता है? There are two types of grahans or eclipses. One is solar eclipse, one is lunar eclipse. So now let us see. Sometimes when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, it casts its shadow on the earth. Then what happens? The shadow of the moon is cast down on the earth and this is called an eclipse. और इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? ग्रहण. ग्रहण कब लगता है? When the moon comes between the sun and the earth. So when that time we call it as eclipse. When it covers the sun completely, then we call it a total solar eclipse. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? सूर्य ग्रहण. जब क्या होता है, हमारा जो मून है वो सन को पूरी तरह से उसके आगे आ जाता है. When it covers the sun completely, तो क्या होगा? सन की हीट और लाइट नहीं मिलेगी, अंधेरा हो जाएगा. So we call it as what? सूर्य ग्रहण or solar eclipse. It becomes dark in the daytime. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, then we call it a lunar eclipse. Now what happens when the earth comes between the sun and the moon? When earth covers the sun and the moon, it is in between the sun and the moon. So it is known as lunar eclipse. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? चंद्र ग्रहण. जब मून के आगे अर्थ आ जाता है तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? चंद्र ग्रहण. चंद्र ग्रहण usually is at night and solar eclipse usually is at daytime because it covers the sun and sun is visible only during the day. And lunar eclipse, it is always in the night because moon is seen only during the night time. So these are the two types of eclipses, solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. There is no air and water on the moon. So now these are some of the features of moon. Why life is not possible on the moon? There is no air and water on the moon. It does not have an atmosphere like Earth. Thus, there is no life on the moon. I have already told you there is no air, oxygen that is required by us. So, life is not possible. There is no water. There is no sunlight. So, the moon is very hot in the day. That is, what is the temperature of moon in the day? It is 120 degrees centigrade and very cold in the night. That is minus 120 degrees centigrade. So, just see the difference. If it is very hot, then also life is not possible. If it is very cold, then life is also not possible. On July 21, 1969, please underline, two American astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, landed on the moon. They explored the surface of the moon. So we are told of two astronomers, that is Neil Armstrong, we know him, and Edwin Aldrin. They landed on the moon first of all on 21st July in 1969, and they revealed all these facts about the moon, that there is no air, no life possible on the moon. So this was about the moon. Then in yellow paragraph they have also talked about the artificial or man-made satellites. through which all the TV programs are possible. I have told you that day. So let's underline that. Human-made satellites are called artificial satellites. So what are artificial satellites? Important question. Human-made, that are made by man himself. They are known as artificial satellites. For example, the names of the satellites are given. INSAT, IRS, ABUSAT are Indian artificial satellites. Artificial satellites help us in weather forecasting. So we come to know of the weather, whether it will be cold, it will be rainy day today, it will be haze, it will be warm day, through the weather forecasting through the help of these artificial satellites made by man and sent in the space. So we come to know about the telecommunication and various other activities. Because of them, we are able to see cricket matches and other TV programs in our homes. So whatever channels are there on your TV, they have been possible only because of the help of these artificial satellites that we have in our space. And since they are man-made, so they are known as artificial satellite. Whereas only one natural satellite is there, that is Moon. So next we'll talk about asteroids, meteors and comets, that I'll take tomorrow. For today, you will read the 3 planets that we have done. Along with that, you will do the satellites. You will read the satellites, that is natural satellite, Moon, and the artificial satellite. So this is your homework. Please go through these pages. Learn what is waxing, what is waning, what is new moon night, what is full moon night, then phases of the moon, why does it happen, then the distance of the moon from the sun, what is solar eclipse, what is lunar eclipse, then features of moon, then the names of the artificial satellite. So this is your homework. You will do it today. You will just go through it so that the concept is more clear. And I will also be providing you the additional videos so that you can go into virtual space and have a look and enjoy your journey. So that's all for today. We'll cover all these 3 topics tomorrow along with the bookwork. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay tuned.